Evening, welcome to
FamilyMath115.
FamilyMath115. Okay, so this really could have even been a Twitter math, but I decided to just make it a Family Math because I saw this problem on Twitter today, though. So, do you see the structure I've made out of snap cubes here?
Yeah, it looks like a checkerboard.
It does kind of look like a checkerboard. And maybe it doesn't show up exactly so well in this white background, but there's some white squares and some red squares. And the question is very simple. Well, I don't know how simple it is to answer, but the question itself is actually pretty simple. Are there more white cubes, or are there more red cubes? So I'm going to let you answer first and tell how you think about it, and then you're going to answer second, okay? And then I'll tell you a different way to think about it. Just a different way than you guys did. Hopefully I can think of one. All right? So how would you think about this problem first?
Well,
what would you do?
I would count this row first. So there's 5 whites and 4 reds.
Okay.
And this pattern, and on this row, it's the opposite way, 5 reds and 4 whites.
Okay.
And so we have to count how many of these rows are there. So there's gonna be 4. There's gonna be 5.
5 of which rows are you counting?
Wait, 5 of these. 5 of the rows that have more whites.
Okay.
But it's a 9 by 9 square.
Well, let him talk. Okay.
It's
5 rows have more whites. Okay.
And so it's 5, and there's 5 rows up here. So it's gonna be, I think, 25 whites total in these rows.
In the rows that start with a white.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's gonna be 4 whites times 4, which is gonna be 16. 25 plus 16. It's gonna be 41.
Okay, so there's 41 whites. You counted the whites. All right.
Now we have to count the reds.
Okay.
So, and this is 5 times 4, which is going to be 20, and
All right.
this is going to be 4 times 5, which is 20.
All right.
But that's 40, so then there's more white. I think there's more whites.
Okay, so you got that there's more whites because you found a way to count the whites.
Yeah.
And then you found a way to count the reds. And you counted more whites than reds. Okay. Hey, high five. Good job. That's a great way of thinking about it. How would you think about it, sweetie?
Well, you can count them. You have 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9, and then back down again.
Okay.
You 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 doubled, and then you add 9.
Okay.
And 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7, we just have to figure that out.
Okay, let's figure that out real quick. 1 plus 3 is?
That's 4.
Plus 5 is?
9.
Plus 7 is?
16. 16.
Okay, double that.
That's 32.
Okay, 32 plus 9 is?
That's 41.
Okay, so you found a different way to count the whites. Good job. That's with these diagonals.
Now
Okay.
we have the reds. You have 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8. And then you just have that doubled because you don't have a middle strip here.
Okay, so 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 doubled.
Well, 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 6 is 12, plus 8 is 20.
Okay.
So there are more whites than reds.
Ah, okay, good. So you found a different way to count them. You counted them up also in a different way using the stripes. And then you counted the reds using the stripes as well. Hey, good job. High five. All right, here's how I think about the problem. We're trying to figure out if there's more reds or whites, right?
Yeah.
So, but this is, well, how big is this square that we have here?
It's 9 by 9.
9 by 9.
9 by 9. That's too hard for me. I don't know how to count that high. So I'm going to make an easier problem. I'm just going to look at this 1 by 1 square right here.
That's gonna
Are there more whites than reds in
Yes.
this 1 by 1 square?
Yes.
Okay, good. So then I see it in the 1 by 1 square. What about this 2 by 2 square now?
Well, there's equal number.
There's equal. Okay, what about this 3 by 3 here?
There's more whites.
Okay, there's more whites. How did you figure that out?
Well, there's this little plus of yellows and this,
Of yellows?
reds.
Okay.
And then we have the those two diagonals of whites.
Okay, so you could just count them. What about this 4 by 4?
Well,
You see the 4 by 4 here?
mhm.
Okay.
So
What about in here?
Well,
you're gonna add two reds,
I think I
And-
figured something out.
3 whites. You're gonna add. So the 4 by 4. So you're gonna.
See this 4 by 4 here?
That's
about the reds and
4
whites?
reds and 3 whites.
Okay, so the 4 by 4 is giving you a little trouble. Let me see if I can pull it
I
apart.
see a pattern
Okay, hold on. Let's see if we can solve the 4 by 4 problem
without
first
destroying the entire cube.
without destroying it. That might be too much to ask. Okay, so here's our 4 by 4. Okay, are there more reds or whites?
Well, this is gonna be 1 plus 3. This is gonna be 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1.
Okay, so you liked your brother's way of counting.
So that's 6 plus 2 is 8.
Okay, there's 8.
8, then this is 2 plus 4 plus 2. And it's 4 plus 4, which is 8. So there's equal.
Okay, so on the 1 by 1 we found there were more whites. The 2 by 2 it was the same. The 3 by 3 there were more whites. The 4 by 4 it was the same.
It looks
Yeah.
like on the odd number square there's more whites, and on the even numbers there's equal.
Ah,
And so and you're gonna end on an odd number,
and you end on an odd number.
so there's gonna be more whites.
Going to be more whites. Now, is that what you saw, or did you see something
Yeah,
more?
that's what I saw.
That's what you saw. Okay, so there's 3 ways of thinking about it.
Cool.
And each way we found there were more whites. It's good that we found the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
All
it
right.
might have gotten complicated.
High five, guys. Good job.